All right, it's time. We're going to talk about Columbus. Now, I've always seen people do the same thing. They like to speak on something and they ain't read nothing. So, we're going to answer a question right here and right now. What did Columbus see in his journals? I know this sounds familiar, this book right here, because that's what a lot of people follow. But there's one important thing I want to show you. If you go to this page, or in your book, if you follow listed in your notes and references section, you'll notice that his whole section about Africans being in the Old World or the New World, he follows John Boyd Thatcher's work. That's key. So if you get back to the introduction, this tells you why he took the voyage in this section on volume 1. So if you look down there, it tells you about the ships, how they went to Japan, which is called Cipango, right? So you need to know when you read these that Columbus used 3 things. The map of Paolo Toscanelli, he used a globe, and he also used writings from Marco Polo. So let's look at the map real quick. This is the map. Notice one thing about this map. This was so he took this one in 1492. So the other map were people talking about America being India superior, that came in your 1500s. So if it does not precede this map, they're blowing smoke up you. But look, you notice that America is not on this picture. Why is that, you ask? Because they didn't know it was there. So if you look where it says India, that part, and also the part over there is the same place. They didn't know it was there. They thought it stretched the whole thing. And if you read the journals, you'll understand that. So I can't really blame a lot of people back then for saying what they said. They just didn't have access to the information. But it's 2023. Y'all should know better. Let's continue. This is of the first voyage. This should look very familiar. The hair was almost as coarse as horses' tails and short, and they wear it over their eyebrows. Some paint themselves blackish and are the color of habits of the Canaries, right? So they're talking about the color in the paint. So this should be very familiar. Let's go further. Monday, October 22nd. Many of these people came similar to the other people of the other islands, naked like them and painted, some white, some reddish, some blackish, and in many different fashions. Again, talking about paint. Now, Thursday, December 13th. As to their beauty, the Christians say that there is no comparison as well in the women as the men, and that they are whiter than the others, and that among the rest they saw 2 young girls as white as any could be in Spain. Sunday, December 16th. So here he's talking about the king. So the king and all the others went about naked as their mothers gave them birth, and the women also, without any timidity. And they are the handsomest men and women who had been found up to that time, exceedingly white, so that they wore clothing that were protected from the sun and the air, and they were almost as white as the people in Spain. Let's jump to the third voyage. Also, so this is volume 2. Here we go. They are very handsome stature and a large and whiter than any other he had seen in these Indies, and that yesterday he saw many as white as we are, and with better hair and well cut and very good speech. So by this time he's traveling to different areas. No black yet. We go to page 24. I have not found in those islands any monstrous men, as many expected, but on the contrary, all the people are very comely, nor are they black like those in Guinea, but have flowing hair. So Guinea, right? Guinea's in Africa. Page 260. They have elegant, well-polished nails. Their teeth are white as ivory. Their eyes are gray, with spots of various colors around them. Their hair is black, soft, and hangs straight down. So it's not that sun thing that a lot of people try to push. Let's check out 293. It was such natives, not the Pacific inhabitants of Hispaniola, that Columbus proposed to enslave. For what purpose? So if you go down, he also says something. The Spanish and Portuguese had long been no strangers to slavery. Not only had the dark-skinned Moors been in bondage, but the full black slaves had been brought from Senegambia and made to wear chains and bear, check this one out, their heavy burdens. In Spain, the Moors ransomed their brethren held in slavery with black people they themselves had captured in Africa. The Moors, but everybody wants to be a Moor, I guess. Well, let's look at the islands of Trinidad. Page 386. Look what he says here. These are the people that ran up on him. They were not as short as others he had seen in the Indies, and they were whiter and of very good movements and handsome bodies, the hair long and smooth and cut in the manner of Castile. Last nugget. One half of the island is in the hand of black men, the descendant of African slaves who were forced to toll when the natives were exhausted. So he is going over the island of Hispaniola, present day. So I just wanted to give y'all just different things that you can go back and read the full page. You can read everything that I've shown you on here. I know a lot of you won't because you like the narrative and you like the false history of it all, and you won't look. Or you want to listen to said people give you their narrative and misuse of history for some odd reason. At some point, you got to realize they don't have the fullest grasp on history. They're not even comprehending what they're reading. I don't know how many times I can pick up the same book and show you that these cropped up images, these messed up things are just that. So I'm not sure who's feeding them this information, but they're wrong. Or they use a map and don't even read the instructions for the map, like Hindustan. I can debunk that any day. Look at the map. Look at the year. No. And this also doesn't go with people that look like this. This also goes to everybody that's never even looked at these journals and looked at someone else's interpretation from these journals. Because in these journals, it answers the question, did Columbus know he was in India? Did he know he was there? It answers all those questions. And I've seen everybody do it. People that don't even look like this do it as well. But it answers it. Did he think he was going to India? Yes, 100%. It's in the journals. It's in the information. So, like I said, I can't blame anybody back then because certain people had certain information. That's just the school system. That's just how things roll. But if you want to speak on something like this, read the journal first. It's going to help you in your conversations. So if you're one of those people that don't go by names or etymology, or you got some kind of issue, read the journal. If you think I'm wrong, show me. Pick up a journal. Show me. Because today, two things. Ivan Van Sertima and Leo Weiner. Those are the two biggest things that people think that there was Africans pre-Columbian. But I just shown you that I'm not sure what Ivan Van Sertima was looking at. And Leo Weiner, his translations were German. You don't believe me? Look at his sources. German translations. And I just showed you where they got them from. So, the question, did Columbus see black people? No. Peace.